guys, welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be speed reviewing the last 20 products that I've been testing and that I feel comfortable giving you a review after multiple uses, multiple tests with other products, multiple wear tests. So these are kind of like my final thoughts on these products. This is one of my favorite videos that I do on my channel because it's a chance for me to come back and give you my final makeup reviews and kind of like seal the deal with it before it goes into my main makeup population. So let's go ahead and get into it. This one was an old one. I think it's been sitting in my drawer and I forgot about it, so I did want to update you on the Fourth Ray Pore Perfect Refining Priming Moisturizer. I don't find that this does anything for my pores. However, pores aren't a main issue that I have. I do like the consistency of it. It does have like a moisturizing feel that it does claim, but in a lot of ways it feels like an extra step. As I said, I do feel like it makes my skin feel smoother to the touch, but I don't know that it actually affects the way that my makeup looks. So take from that what you will. I like it, I don't love it. It's the kind of situation where if I finish this, I won't repurchase it. The next primer that I have, I'm absolutely in love with. I tried this recently and I haven't been able to put this down. This is the Hard Candy Glow Serum Primer. I really do feel like I found a gem from the drugstore. This is extremely glowy, extremely hydrating. Now, the catch with this is it does kind of deteriorate wear time, right? So if I wear this with one of my favorite foundations, I do notice that in the T-zone area, my skin starts to get a little oilier faster. So kind of the tip that I would have for application with this is to keep it away from the T-zone area or the area that you get the most oily. But I love this because it can turn any matte or kind of more drying foundation into something that's more glowy. It's extremely effective in that, in giving a glowy look. I think it is amazing, but just be careful not to apply too much and keep it away from the T-zone because you will get oilier in those areas. But it really does hydrate, it brightens, it adds a glow. It's one of the most effective glowy primers that I've ever used. And it's cheap, it's from the drugstore. This is such a gem. Moving on to foundations, I have 3 for you. I have a lot in my speed reviews drawers, so I wanted to get the ones that I was sure about out of the way, and I'll keep testing some ones that you might not have heard from me in a while. So the first one I have is from the drugstore. This is the Revlon Illuminance Skin Caring Foundation. I have mine in the shade 209. It is a wee bit light, however, the coverage on this is quite light, so it doesn't really matter. This is very, very thin. It adds a nice illumination to the skin. It does not add much coverage. I think this is okay. It's not an all-time favorite from the drugstore, but I think it does a good job with the claims that it has. I don't ever dislike my makeup when I wear this. It's just a lighter, illuminating foundation from the drugstore. It's going to give that light coverage. You're not going to be able to build it up too much, but it doesn't feel heavy. So this is a decent foundation from the drugstore. I'm not head over heels for it, but I think it's nice. The next one that I have is the newly reformulated and repackaged L'Oreal True Match Foundation. I have it on this side of my face. This one immediately, compared to the Revlon, gave me more coverage. I really like this. I feel like it gives medium coverage. It's kind of a great middle of the road foundation. It's not too glowy, but it also isn't too matte. It's not too full coverage, but it also isn't too light coverage. It's going to wear a good time throughout the day, and it's just a solid foundation from the drugstore. Correct me if I'm wrong, I believe it's also on the more affordable sides with a huge color range, so that makes it a big deal. So this one is the kind of foundation where I feel like it's going to work for a huge variety of skin because it doesn't really lean one way or the other, consistency and finish wise. So this is just a nice, reliable foundation from the drugstore. There's no crazy marketing behind it other than it's just a solid, good one, okay? This is a good foundation. It's kind of timeless in that it doesn't fall towards any trends really. It's just gonna look good and make your skin more even. And then the last foundation that I wanted to update you on is from YSL. This is the All Hours Foundation, and according to you guys, it's a lot of your all-time favorite foundations. However, it has been reformulated. I'm not in love with this. I do like it. I think it's a nice long wearing foundation. It's very, very thin. However, I do find that it can be a bit drying for my skin. So when I wear this, I most definitely need to prep properly. And sometimes I just feel like it emphasizes dryness that I don't necessarily think was that noticeable beforehand. So I like this foundation. However, for me, it just doesn't hold a candle to some of my all-time favorites. For the price point, you know, I probably wouldn't repurchase this when I run out. I do like it for the Miami heat and the Miami humidity, but it doesn't give my skin the most flawless look that a lot of others give me. And it's interesting because this is a full coverage foundation, but it just doesn't make my skin look as smooth or as healthy as I normally prefer. So I like it, but for the price point, I have other foundations that I'd lean towards personally. But take my review with a grain of salt because there's a lot of you guys that love this foundation to death. Next, we have these guys from e.l.f. These have been amazing. These are the Camo Color Correctors. I've had so much fun mixing these in with foundations or as my base. So how I typically like to use these, the peach I like to use as an under eye corrector. Today, my concealer was a bit dark, so I mixed in some of the yellow to add some brightness. If I needed to cool down a foundation because it was more warm or orange on me, I like to mix in the blue. If I need to warm up a foundation because it's more gray on me, the peach one right here, this isn't peach, it's orange, is really great to warm it up. So I love using these to make products my perfect match. I don't find that the consistency here disrupts too much with anything that I mix it with or put over top of it. It's just really, really thin, blends out easily. These are amazing. They're super affordable, and definitely play with some color theory with these because so good. Next, I have a concealer from an indie brand named Espresso, and this is the ABC concealer. Really beautiful. I was pleasantly surprised. It's very thin on the under eyes. I would say it gives a medium coverage, kind of on the lighter side of this. This isn't going to make all of your problems disappear, but what I like about it is how hydrating it is. I feel like this is a really great option if you have mature skin because it doesn't dry up the under eye. It doesn't really go too much into the fine lines as well because of its thin consistency. So I really enjoy this. This works. It just reminds me of like a luxurious concealer. So this has been great. And if you have mature skin, I think this one will be a good one for you. I have this from Say. This is the Air Set Radiant Loose Setting Powder. Personally, I'm not a fan of this. I find that it can dry out my skin. It doesn't blur as much as I would like, and it also kind of darkens underneath whatever I apply. So if I have a brighter concealer, this instantly gets rid of the brightness, which I don't like. So this has ended up not being my favorite, which is a shame because I really do love Say products, but this one didn't work out for me. Bronzers, I only have one, and that is the e.l.f. Luminous Putty Bronzer. Now the shade that's worked best for me is Sun Chaser. It's kind of this middle color right here. It does add some depth to my face and a lot of warmth. I was not a big fan of the Luminous Putty Blushes from e.l.f. because I felt like they broke up what I had going on underneath. I don't feel that way about these. I think this is a very nice cream product from the drugstore. Now, it's not an all-time favorite of mine. I like it individually on its own. You put this on my face, I think it's very pretty. It does have a luminous finish to it that's not glittery. However, the drugstore has some really good cream bronzer options, and this isn't my first choice, but it still is very nice. I have this product from Jones Road. This is the Miracle Balm in their new shade Miami Beach. Unfortunately, this one just isn't the product for me. Of the Miracle Balms that I've tried, this one is my favorite. I love the smell of these. This gives the most color of the ones that I've tried, but it still doesn't give me enough. And when I first applied it, I really liked it, but I felt like within 5 minutes, the color kind of disappeared. It feels a little thick on my face, and it doesn't look very flattering as a color on my lips either. So Bobbi Brown just like speaks to the gods about how amazing this product is. I'm still waiting personally for my shade to come out. I think if you like this product, you will like this color. It's really beautiful, but it's too natural for my preferences. I also have this trio from One Size. This is the Cheap Clapper 3D Blush Trio in the shade Attention Seeker. So this is the new shade that they added. I really love this shade. It's that very popular blue-based pink, but this color is going to work for a wider variety of skin tones than the Dior because the Dior is so light. This one has some depth to it. So you have a cream blush, you have a powder blush, and then you have a shimmery shade. Now the shimmery shade does have glitter, so keep that in mind, but I think overall it just creates the most beautiful cheek effect. You can use each of the products individually if you would like, and you know how some blue-based pinks I feel like can just be too light even for my skin tone. This one isn't too light, so I really like it. It's very high quality. It's sold out for a good reason. It's very, very nice. Next up, I have these House Labs blushes. These were a pretty big deal when they first launched. These are the Color Fuse blushes. This one, Dragon Fruit Haze, I have on this cheek. And then I also have Pomelo Peach, which is a beautiful peach color. So first of all, I love the two shades that I got. And I think these blushes are beautiful. You get a ton of product. I do think they're a bit overpriced, but you do get a lot of product. These are gonna last a lifetime, right? You don't need that much blush. I think the formula is beautiful. The colors are beautiful. I just think they're a bit expensive for what they are, but I don't have anything bad to say about them. They're very, very pretty, very easy to apply. So I've enjoyed having them. And then I actually have one of my very few positive reviews of a cream highlighter. I can convince myself to like a liquid highlighter, but cream, I'm really picky for. This is the About Face Light Lock Stick in the shade Greek Tragedy. Ladies and gentlemen, we have found a cream stick that I really, really like. This is very malleable, but it's not too wet to where it moves anything underneath. It still has some hold and grip to it, and it just makes the skin look so wet and pretty without making the makeup move underneath at all. This is, I mean, probably the best cream highlight product that I've ever used. It melts to the touch of the skin. It's just so beautiful. It's so easy to blend in. If you're looking for a good cream highlight, About Face did it with this. I love this, and the packaging, so cool. The last product that I have for complexion is from Peach and Lily. This is the Glass Skin Veil Mist. I enjoy this. I don't think it does anything special or amazing. The packaging is quite luxurious. It has a beautiful mister, and it does make the skin have a nice light natural glow to it. It doesn't mess up the base underneath. It's a nice refreshing spray that I think does add a nice little glow, so I do like this. Moving on to eyes. So I've been doing a lot of testing of these Hard Candy Eye Def eyeshadow markers, and unfortunately, I'm here to announce I'm not a fan, and I really tried it with these because I wanted these to be a great option from the drugstore. However, how these swatch on the back of my hand is not how they apply to the eye. The shimmery ones seem to lose their shimmer. Even the matte ones lose a lot of pigment, and then what you do get on the eye after building up is going to either fade away or crease. Not or, they will fade away and crease. So however my eye ends up looking in the beginning is not how my eye looks at the end of the day. So these were quite underwhelming for me. I didn't end up being a fan of these, and I'm really upset because I wanted to like these a lot. They had so much potential, but they just don't give when applied to the eye. So what I did do to kind of add some brightness back into the eye, I used the Charlotte Tilbury Hypnotizing Pop Shots. These have been sitting in my makeup drawer to speed review for you guys. So she launched two shades, Pillow Talk Ultra Violet, which is not a glittery shade, but it is a purple with kind of like a bluish shift. And then we have the Pillow Talk Diamond, which is a multi-dimensional glittery shade, which I thought I would like better. No, actually that's a lie. I thought I would like the violet better because I love purple, but it's more shimmery. I wanted it to be more glittery, kind of like the Pillow Talk Diamonds, which is very pretty as well, but these are very, very expensive. I don't have anything bad to say about them. I think they are beautiful on the eyelids. I just think they're expensive for what they are. You know, with what indie brands can do nowadays, and even drugstore can do some really great multi-dimensional glittery shadows. These are very high quality, the packaging is stunning, but they're expensive. So yeah, I'm not saying I'll never buy these again because I do think they are beautiful, but if you don't have the money, you shouldn't pick these up. They aren't worth it. They're great, but they're not worth the price. I have these eyeliners from Wonder Skin. These are called the Longwear eyeliners, and I really liked the shades that they have. They have like a really light lavender, a dark green, a black, dark brown, light brown. I've been using these a lot. So here's the pro. Phenomenal on the waterline. This shade Icing, I haven't touched it up once. It looks fresh. It's going to last all day. One of the best waterline eyeliners. Now, in terms of applying them on my upper lash line, they're almost too creamy, so they apply kind of uneven. So what I have to do is kind of almost just place it down where it'll deposit a lot of the product, take an angled brush and kind of spread it out to get a smooth application, because it doesn't look very smooth. It is, like I said, creamy, but too creamy to where you can't get control, you can't get a precise line, so I have to go in and use a tool. So keep that in mind. I do find that these also can fade once applied to the eyelid, but for some reason they're amazing in the waterline. So there's pros and cons to these. Overall, I would say that I do like them, but there's, you know, they're not perfect. I have a new mascara. This is last for the eyes already. This is the Milani Highly Rated Lash Extensions Tubing Mascara. I hate this. I do not recommend it. If you try to do any building past the first coat, you may be left with 3 eyelashes, because I sure was. And then also it's a heavier mascara and my lashes point straight down. So this one really makes my lashes point down towards the ground, which I do not like. Like, you can see this right here, right? I need like a lighter mascara to keep the lift that I add to it, so I can't build this up, which is something that I need. And it weighs my lashes down, and it takes forever to dry down. Like right now, they've dried, but it takes a good 5 minutes. So my eyes stay wet, making it a risk for mask. So I hate this. It's one of the worst mascaras I've ever used. Let's move on to something more positive for the lips. I've been really enjoying these Lawless tinted lip balms. They're tinted lip balms. I think they're so beautiful. They give such a hydrated, plush look to the lips. They feel a little hard on application, like you almost need to warm your lips up to them, but the finish on the lips is so pretty. It does give a sheer layer of color, but that is so perfect for every day. Just a little bit of lip liner, and then this all over the lips, and then your lips look really nice and hydrated. You have a nice pop of color to them. I really have been enjoying them. They're super duper hydrating, amazing to throw in your purse. Love those. And then the last product that I have are these lipsticks from L'Oreal, and these are their new slim matte lipsticks. These are stunning. The range of colors that they have is amazing. And now they are matte, so keep that in mind. They're going to last longer, but they're, you know, they do kind of blur the lines of the lips, but still, they're matte, so you still might see them. You still might want to put like a lip gloss on top, but these ain't going nowhere. They have so many shades. I love this slim packaging. It's very luxurious, so I've been enjoying these. I have Le Nude Admirable, which is similar to Pillow Talk from Charlotte Tilbury, and then I picked up a couple reds and like a purpley color, which I have on my lips right now, which I need to clean up. But yeah, I really like these if I need something more long-lasting. And there we have it, you guys. 20 speed reviews in under 20 minutes. I did it. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this week's speed reviews. Keep an eye out. In a few weeks, I will have more, because my speed reviews drawer, I have a lot more to go through. So anyways, if you liked this video, make sure you subscribe, stay a while, and then also like this video so that I know you are liking these. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye guys, have a good one.